And good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful Thursday morning, and you know what? I love saying this. You've stepped into the hottest spot there is, that's Sunshine's Corner, right here on Blab TV. And as you know, I tell you every single day, this is a show that you want to be a part of because we're going to keep you entertained, informed, and uplifted. So what you're going to do, tell everybody to tell somebody, hey, look, it's time for you to check out Blab TV. Sunshine's Corner is on. You know that I tell everybody every single day, we want you to be a part of this show. I could not be successful without you. So look, if you've got questions for the guest, if you've got questions for the show, you can call me at 850-432-7768, or you can text that same number and reach out to our fantastic guest that we have on the show today. And when I'm talking about guests, today I was surfing and I was always looking for things that's great for the show. And I saw this information on social media about a young man who was graduating the same time from college and high school. I said, oh my God, how did he do that? How could I do that? So I'm just gonna say, I got the Rankins family here with me today, you see. And I mean, to think about this, Pastor, it is unbelievable. I mean, look how he's smiling. I mean, but this young man, a double whammy.
Yes, absolutely.
College and your high school diploma at the same time. I want you to tell everybody your name, what you did, how you did it. And I mean, you got to be smart to handle that, right? Okay, but I want you to talk to me. He's shy.
My name is Porter Ledeswine Rankins. I'm 18 years old. I'm a senior in high school at Pensacola State College Charter Academy. So how I got started with dual enrollment and initially wanting to go to college early, well, it started all the way back when I was in the second grade, actually.
What?
I didn't necessarily know about dual enrollment, but I remember that my teacher at the time, she showed us a video about Martin Luther King. And I found out that day that Martin Luther King actually graduated high school at 16 years old.
Yes, he did.
And he ended up going to college in Massachusetts around that age.
Yes.
So it was at that point that I decided that I wanted to either graduate high school early or I wanted to attend college early. You know, I had teachers over the years who had done the same thing, you know, my English teacher in middle school.
Right.
So when I was in my sophomore year, you have to be a junior in order to do it.
Right.
And I had asked several people who had already been in college. I don't think they graduated with their degree though, but had already been attending college. You know, what was it like? Is it difficult? And they all said that I could do it. You know, it wasn't that difficult. And so I took a test called the PERT test, and you have to have a certain score on it. I took it once and I passed. And
look at that.
That's how I was able to get into.
Look at Daddy how he's smiling.
I'm very proud.
Yeah, that's how I was able to get into PSC Charter Academy and attend my classes.
But you know what I love about what he said? He said he went back. Now, this is what I tell all parents, young people, know your history. He went back and researched Dr. King, whom I think was one smart kid to do what he did at such a young age. Now, what you took the time to do was to go back to see just how he did it, and you mimicked somebody that looks like you.
Yes.
And look what you did. That is absolutely amazing. Because I have to say this, Pastor Rankin, is sometimes even with the younger people today, they don't even know who Dr. King is.
Absolutely.
I'm just being real. And I often tell them, you gotta know your history in order to know where you're going.
That's right.
And then for you to have that unction at that age, that you're gonna mimic a man and look at what he left for history for us today, and we're still living by it because he said that he'd been to the top. He said, I may not get there with you.
That's right.
But we're gonna see the promised land.
Right.
And look what you're doing, being a part of that history today. And when you say you took both courses, were they overlapping? No, you talking to me in layman's terms, okay? I don't have to, I got a degree too, but I had to go separate times.
So it all depends on what you necessarily want to do. Some people, I take a full load of college classes, so my classes are pretty much only at PSC, and I also do ROTC at Booker T. Washington High School. That's a decision that I decided to make.
You're in ROTC too?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and so that's the decision that I decided to make. Some people play sports as well. basketball, football, baseball, things like that.
Right.
And some people, they do take college classes and high school classes simultaneously. That's how it is mostly in public school, because I'm in a charter school.
Right.
So we pretty much only do college classes. But a lot of dual enrollment students, they do half college and half high school.
Right. Well, I just want to commend you. I think that is absolutely phenomenal. Me, I don't think I would have been able to do that. I'm just being real. But you know, young man, 18 years old. Now, what do you plan to do now that you got graduation, I think, tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yes.
Mhm.
Tell me more about it, Daddy, what you said.
Tomorrow at Pensacola State College on Friday evening.
Right.
And then on Monday from high school, from the
Get out of
academy.
here. Don't you feel good?
And the party Saturday, of course, in the middle.
Aren't
we
you
got to
happy?
celebrate. I am overjoyed. I mean, Sonshine, words cannot convey how proud I am of him. And what is so interesting, as a child, he never liked school. That is so interesting. He would try to just get through the courses as fast as he could.
Right.
And I think
Look how he's laughing.
looking back now, I think he was bored in the classes because the work came
Right.
easy for him. So he really never had a passion for school, but over time developed it.
Right.
And when he came to us and said he wanted to do dual enrollment, we didn't hesitate.
I don't blame you.
Just a phenomenal move. We're so proud.
I mean, and just to think about that, when you look at the child, I believe that you look at you got a role model already there.
To God be the glory.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, I met this young man when I first moved to Florida. Okay? And I mean, he had elevated himself up ever since I've known him. And I mean, the best of friends you can have. I mean,
Yes.
we may not get to talk on the phone all the time.
But when we see each other, we pick up right where we
Pick up
left
where we
off.
left off. And there's a connection there that nobody or anything can tear up. And I go back to you when you say that you were so interested and you found out about the dual enrollment. Now that you have reached that point in your life, you got your high school diploma, you got your college degree. What are you planning to do next?
I plan to attend university. I'm still kind of deciding between FAMU or UWF. I don't necessarily know yet.
Okay.
But I plan to get my bachelor's degree, and I also probably will go to law school. If not, I do want to go to graduate school, get a master's in finance or accounting, something in that.
Did you hear?
Let me say this. I have to say this. Now, we try to stay out of our son's, business.
Right.
But I hope he does go to law school. If that's
I
his
saw your
passion.
eyes.
Yes, because he is an excellent debater. He's up on public, knowledge of all the
Right.
current issues,
Right.
events. We frequently debate at home, which is good. It's healthy. I think he'll be just an awesome attorney. I really will be.
Look, you see, and he's like those attorneys. I've sat down and I've talked with a lot of attorneys before,
Yeah.
right? He's got this focus. You know how the attorney will sit there and look you dead in the eyes.
Absolutely.
He
doesn't
has
miss a
not
beat.
broken his focus yet.
No, not at all.
I mean, because you ready? Okay, you're gonna represent me.
He would be ideal.
I mean, good. I want to congratulate you on your successes, and I know that with that metamorphosis you've gone through to get to where you are, I know the world has something greater for you.
Yes.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused, and then everything else will fall in line.
Amen.
But get your career started because you're over halfway already.
really
Because you've
is.
already got one college degree.
He really
now
is.
you're going to move on. Because usually when they get out of high school, let's see, where am I going to go to college? I got to do this. But no, you've already conquered that. That deserves a great big round of applause within itself.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of you as if you were mine.
Thank you.
I mean, congratulations to you. And you got a perfect role model to follow. But we're going to move on over now and talk to Dr. Rankins, and let me give him his props.
Thank you
Dr.
so much.
Rankins,
Yes.
for what he has done. And I want to bring up ACTS.
Okay.
You came to me a long time ago, and now when you read, you've traveled this thing now all the way in Atlanta.
Yes.
Doing great things. Explain to our audience about ACTS,
Okay.
what motivated you,
Okay.
and the success, and is continuing to be a success.
I have so much passion
Yes.
about ACTS. For those that are listening, ACTS stands for Another Chance Transitional Services, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. our main mission is to provide transitional services for those who are coming out of incarceration.
Right.
Whether it's from the local level, county jail, state prison, or federal prison. We started this in 2013.
Wow.
There was a need in Pensacola,
Absolutely.
Santa Rosa, and Okaloosa County. And we put the mission out there, and the community just responded overwhelmingly for men and women coming out, not only for the jobs, because as you know, Linda, it's very difficult for any person coming out of incarceration to find jobs.
Yes.
But we wanted to find out not only to provide your job, but the addiction. What's causing you not to continue working? You know, what's the real root of the addiction?
Right.
What's the real reason that you're not consistently working?
Exactly.
What's the real reason you're constantly going back in and out of jail?
Exactly.
And so ACTS dealt with that and still continues to deal with that. As you know, we were in 2 locations. Our first location was on Pace in Georgia.
Yes.
And they sold the building from us. We were leasing the property, they sold the building. Then we were able to move next to Grocery Advantage on Pace Boulevard.
Right, not far from.
Right. Unfortunately, we had a fire there, and we had to move. They had redid that area, and we moved. So now we're operating out of our church, which is Restoration Church on C in Cervantes, right next to the building. So we still see our clients if there's a need, you know, if anybody comes out. And then God gave me the vision to take it to Georgia, which was huge because Atlanta is a different market.
Yes, it is.
It's an entire different.
I call that Little New York.
It is total different mindset, and it's our sister organization. It's ARCH, which is the acronym for the Atlanta Reentry Center of Hope.
Oh,
and excited about that transition. But that's my passion.
Exactly.
In between me preaching and ministering at our church, my passion is reentry.
Exactly.
And I'm so grateful we have supporters, those who support us. And I'm grateful. I think since its inception, since 2013, we have on record have helped over 365, almost 400 men and women from incarceration. And that is on the local level.
Exactly.
That's county jail, state, and federal prison.
I mean, did you hear that the number that they've helped? So when I say, I follow you on that. I see where you have the classes for them because I'm going to share with you that's a passion because I love helping people.
Absolutely.
And to do that, to step into that arena, to give that person that extended hand where somebody else may try to push you away.
You better believe it. And one thing I want to say this because, you know, everybody is not as open to helping former incarcerated men and women. And what we teach our clients is this. I don't like to use the word clients. We say brothers and sisters. But what I like to convey to them is the burden is not on the community. The burden is on you for you to prove yourself. You know, you violated the community. You violated that trust.
Right.
Rebuild that trust by doing.
Right.
You don't have anything to prove but to yourself first.
That's it.
And once you prove to yourself that you've changed and that you're willing to turn the page, then the community will be with you. They just got to see that you've changed.
Absolutely. And you know, change, I got this from a former president.
Come on now.
He said, change doesn't feel good.
It doesn't at all.
But it's necessary.
That's right.
And when he said that one day when he was receiving the fact that he had been nominated and won it twice.
Absolutely.
I mean, but when he said, I said, that is so real because sometimes when you're going through a transition, you think about when a woman is giving birth to something.
Come on now.
That's a different change that's coming into this world.
It is.
That's necessary. You got to go through that growth pain to get to the point.
And it doesn't feel good.
It does not feel
good.
good.
But at the end, when that lady sees that baby, she forgets about that pain that she went through.
The pain goes away instantly.
It goes away. And that's how it is with transition and change. And for our mission, for ACTS, I'm very passionate. We still do our #1 fundraiser at least twice a month, which, you know, of course, you know this. We sell our dinners.
Yes, you do.
My mother is passionate about her
Lord,
cooking.
she
And
can cook.
if you've ever had that, but that's our passion. And it's a chance for us to communicate with the community.
Absolutely.
People come by. They'll give a donation to our organization. You may not be affected directly with somebody that's been incarcerated.
That's right.
But you may know someone.
That's right.
You know, and drug addiction.
And that's a big thing now.
It really is. Homelessness, and mental health. All of those are components that ACTS addresses because a lot of times if you are homeless, people don't realize there's a mental health component often with that. finding out why that person is homeless, or finding out why they're constantly in and out of rehab, and we try to find the underlying roots and address.
But you know
those
what?
things.
I'll say this, and when we come back, we'll get this answer. I know that this is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
And of course, with that, I'm finding out with the guests that I've had thus far, is all rooting to the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, that is unbelievable. And one thing with our community, what I want us to not to be afraid of, and I'll say this again and again and again and again. It's not that you're crazy. No, don't think that because if you're reaching out for help.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's not that anything wrong with you. We think there's someone, I'm not going to talk to nobody. Ain't nothing wrong with me. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to have Dr. Rankins go more into that when we come back. But let me remind you now, don't forget about the great big show that's coming up this weekend for Mother's Day. Make sure you get your tickets at eventbrite.com. You can go to Flavor Seafood at 2005 West Jordan Street, or you can go to King's Barbershop right there in Town and Country Plaza. Let Pumpkin know you heard me talking about it. Sunshine right here on Blab TV.
There are many reasons someone may need in-home care, whether it may be respite care, them recovering from surgery, or having a chronic condition. Having someone dedicated and reliable is imperative. Supplemental Support Care Services was created to provide to those who are in need with quality care that they deserve in the home. Taking it a step further, our main goal is to ensure that Supplemental Support Care Services is where the love and care is top priority.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
And welcome back to the hottest spot there is in Pensacola. We're talking about Sunshine's Corner, where we are definitely keeping you informed. And we had a text message come in, Dr. Rankins.
Okay.
I'll go to this first. They want to know, because we were talking about ACTS and how you do the serving of dinners. And I'm sure they heard how your mama do all that good cooking.
Absolutely.
But they want to know the days and the time so they can be a part.
Currently twice a month.
Okay.
Every other Saturday.
Right.
The address is 900 West Cervantes Street. That is the Restoration Church.
Right.
We're right there on the corner of C and Cervantes. And I'll tell anybody, rain or shine, we're out there.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, we're out there because the community really relishes in that. And so we do embrace volunteers.
Okay.
If you'd like to come. And as the summer comes, those days will increase.
Okay, good job, good job. You gonna be out there too?
I don't know. It depends.
I don't know about that.
I just do whatever they ask me to do.
Yeah, he comes by every
Hey, look,
now and
that's
then.
the way you do it, baby. I'm right there with you, okay? Get that good hot. Ooh, when Mama cook a cake, get that good slice of cake.
Yes.
But you know, Dr. Rankins, I want to go a little bit further.
Okay.
Everybody knows that I'm calling you Dr. Rankins.
Yes.
And I want them to know just how phenomenal
Oh, wow.
you and how you became Dr. Rankins through ACTS.
Right, absolutely. Well, in 2018, Dr. Sandra Winborn was one of our advisors for our components in our classes. She would come and mentor our students and provide a blueprint for reentry.
Right.
Dynamic woman.
I know.
She's just good. Dr. Wimborne is really good. And one day I sat and I watched her, and she had her PhD.
Yes, she does.
And I said to her, I says, Dr. Wimborne, it took a lot of effort to get it. And I says, I'm really considering getting my master's.
Right.
She said, what's stopping you? Linda, it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Right.
Because I'm saying I'm doing all this work. I had my bachelor's, I graduated in '94. And she said, what's stopping you but you? So in 2018, I went back, I got my master's in counseling and addiction recovery.
Right.
Because I wanted to know more about the clients I served.
Right.
And I wanted to be able, as a CEO of an organization, to really know my stuff.
But of course.
And so I went and got my master's, and she says, well, why stop there? Why not go on and get your PhD?
Right.
And I'm saying, Dr. Wimborne is really putting this pressure on me.
Come on now.
But I did. I did not stop. I went straight, after I finished my master's, I went straight into the PhD program. I'm proud to say I went to Liberty University.
Come on now.
Yes. And I enrolled in the criminal justice program. And I did the accelerated part. My dissertation was on examining the transitional barriers of family members, because a lot of focus is also on, the inmates and those who were incarcerated. But you and I both know the family.
Yes, it is.
They deal with a lot when their loved ones go in prison.
Of course.
Those are the ones, they're doing that sentence with you.
Big time.
I was fortunate. I thank God for my family, my support system. But there's so many people that don't have that.
Absolutely.
And so my dissertation was on that. And I remember like it was yesterday, 2 years ago, May 7th, was when I walked in and I had to defend my dissertation. And I walked in and I defended, the whole committee is there. And they said, okay.
You have to go before us?
Oh, you have to, yes, you have to go before the committee. So I have, you prepare, you write this book, really.
Really, the dissertation is going to be.
It's a book, and I go in and I defend the dissertation. They're asking these questions. And they says, okay, Mr. Rankins, step out, we'll let you know. So I have these butterflies, I'm like, culmination of 3 years of work.
Right.
They don't tell you if you passed or not. They're deliberating literally.
To whether or not you get it?
Yes, absolutely. So about 30 minutes passed, and I come back in the room, and they have this solemn look on their face.
Like this lawyer right here.
Yes. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I
did I do it? Did I get it?
So they say to me, congratulations, Dr. Rankins.
I probably would pass.
Oh my God, it was the best feeling there was. And so as a result, I now have my PhD, and I'm so glad I went back. I'm so glad that I listened to Dr. Wimborne.
Yes.
She is my mentor.
Yes.
I consider her a mentor for me. But I'm so glad I listened to myself as well to say that I can do this.
Absolutely.
And that's who I am.
Now look at this. Do you not see what's trickling down?
Yes, absolutely. I am so, and in our household, we really push education.
Right.
I have an older son, Leon the Fourth, who's at UWF.
Right.
He's working on he's a junior, and now my baby here. I still call. I don't care how old they get. They're still gonna be my babies. But education for us is just it's so important. And we always let them make their decisions, whatever decisions they choose to make.
Right.
We just want them to know that it's paramount. They've got to do it.
Exactly. And you see, that's what I preach that a lot to acquaintances, people I run into. Education, knowledge,
Yes, absolutely.
because if you don't have anything to get you to the next level, it's just your fault.
It is. And we often debate, he knows my political stance, and so we often debate. And so when we're debating, I said, oh my God, this is me
You're
30 years ago.
I'm looking at, and you should see how I'm watching him, right? As you're speaking, he's proud of father, and he's got this little smile you give. There it is. I mean, but that's beautiful.
I appreciate that. But I see we really instill in them both. My wife is working on her master's in nursing now.
Get out of here.
She is. So we all working. We all working on some type of degree in the Rankins household. You gotta be doing something. She'll be graduating, I think, in Is it October or November?
It might be the summertime.
This summer, yeah, she's almost finished.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you, sister. I mean, congratulations. And I mean, but that's beautiful. And I support education in any kind of way that is possible. I encourage people to go to school, get more. Don't just get out of school. Another thing I found out that I've watched and I see, once if you don't go ahead, take that step when you graduate to have it already ready to go.
Yes.
You
lose the urgency.
you lose it and you say, oh, I think I want to break. That break never ends.
It never, and that's what I still in both of them. You know, they want to work, want to get a job, and I says, okay, I understand that. But what your job will not do is replace your education.
Absolutely.
I want you to, because once you start making that money, it's very difficult to keep that passion and going back.
Absolutely, and that's why I'm so pleased with you, young man. I mean, with that big old smile on your face. But no, that he's already obtained. He's over halfway there.
Yes, over halfway.
Over halfway there. And I mean, I commend you. Now you're talking possibly even a lawyer. Even an accountant.
Yes.
Either one, they're great, but you know, Daddy, well, he feels like he's an attorney. But that's okay.
Yes.
But you know, it takes that. And with the fact that you've got two parents right there that's urging you on to continue to do that, I encourage all parents, get behind your kids. Know what your kids are doing. Know where they are. Plant that seed in them of greatness. It's okay. Believe in your children so they can do the same thing. You know, because even with sometimes now you run into people, I'm just going life now.
Right,
there
absolutely.
are some people that you can run into that would feel better if you didn't do it.
You better say.
You hear me now?
Yes, absolutely.
They want to see you not succeed.
Right.
They'll try to plant that doubt.
Right.
Oh, he thinks he's this. So keep thinking, honey, I am.
Absolutely. And if we listen to that.
And
that's what I want to say to the audience. There are so many people who had dreams and hopes, and someone talked them out of it. But I don't care how old you are, how old you get, there's still time. If you're passionate about something, go for it.
That's right. I tell this young lady I'm trying to get to go back to school, I said, honey, going back to college is really the only adult thing to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Go back to school. It's never too late to get that piece, to keep moving on. And I encourage everybody to hear us what we're talking about. Look at what Dr. Rankins has done. I'm not just calling him Pastor Rankins anymore. This is Dr. Leon Rankins. You understand what I'm saying? And that's commendable right there. Yet with that passion, you have continued to grow with ACTS.
Yes.
You have not let that falter. Even when they sold the building out from under you.
Yes,
that didn't stop you.
It did not. No,
you see,
not
the
at all.
enemy comes at us in ways that are
absolutely.
subtle.
Come on now.
All right.
Absolutely.
Then after you moved there, then you had a fire in the other place. He said, I'm still trying to make you stop this.
Absolutely.
He said, but that won't happen.
No.
Then I moved it right into the church.
He did, and that's the blessing. And my mother always taught me, you turn lemons into lemonade.
Come on now.
You know, things that I've gone through in my past, I tried to my best, Linda, to turn it into a plus.
But yes.
And I'm grateful.
You're not the only one. I'm feeling you 100%. Because if I were a person that would just give up,
come on,
with the challenges I've had to to overcome.
Right, absolutely.
With the things that I've had to say, oh no, it's not going to be this way. That I believe that God allows certain things to happen to elevate you somewhere else.
You better believe it.
You hear what I'm saying?
Because if he doesn't, you'll never move. You'll never transition. You'll never grow.
You'll never. And then when you sit back and you see that, Dr. Rankins, you look at the situations, and I'm saying this because this is going to encourage somebody today.
Yes.
That he has in his mind, you know, our time and his time is totally different.
Totally different.
Totally different. It's so different.
It is.
Oh my God, why did this happen to me?
Yeah.
Lord, why is this happening to me like this? But no, let him do his thing. Don't you lose your focus and continue to trust in him.
Absolutely.
Because he said, you know, trust me.
Absolutely.
Ask me.
Absolutely.
Believe me.
Absolutely.
I'm going to bring this into fruition, but it's going to be in my time.
In his time.
I mean, his thoughts are not ours. And I was saying to the people that are watching us today, whatever your dreams are, don't give up on them.
No.
You know what? Don't give up on a dream if you have turned 25 like me.
I know that's right.
Don't give up on that. Even with myself, I'll use this platform as an example.
Absolutely.
I never thought I'd be, look out, Oprah.
You better believe it. Because you're natural.
Okay?
Yeah.
She's in Pensacola now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying, but you don't give up.
No.
And there are people who will try. I hate it when I see people like this, Dr. Rankins, that when they do get to a level, oh, I'm too white collar.
Right.
I'm too blue collar for this.
I can't do that. Right.
I can't do that anymore.
Right.
Don't ever forget where you come from.
Never. Absolutely.
Because that same bridge that got you on this side,
you better believe
you got to go back that way.
You better believe it. And it's all about your heart.
Yes.
And keeping that in perspective, no matter what my accomplishments have been, I'm grateful and humbled by the people who prayed for me.
Come on now.
The people who held me in my season of hurt and my season of disappointment. Those are the people that I focus on.
Absolutely.
Because I won't forget the prayers that went forth for me.
And I want to say this too. I often do this because we have an array of people that watch the show. Different communities. But this show, as you see, is based on faith.
Yes.
Every guest that comes on the show, we talk about things that are positive, that's befitting to anybody, red, yellow, black, white, or brown.
That's right.
You know, it's not about that.
That's right.
We're conveying a message. Maybe there's somebody who's watching didn't even know about ACTS.
That's right. That needed to hear that.
They needed to hear that there's hope out there, because our community is not the only community that had trouble.
That's right. Absolutely. And it's somebody watching
right now
that's saying, you know what, my son needs that, or my daughter needs that, or just to talk to somebody. One of the things that was one of the key issues for ACTS, and that I still enjoy, are the group meetings.
Yes.
The group meetings are where the brothers and sisters get a chance to sit in a circle and they share what's really going on with one another.
That can be
peer
deep.
Groups. It's very deep. And you have to be able to handle what they say.
Come on.
You know what I mean? I want you to hear what I'm saying, but can you handle what I'm saying?
All right now.
Because I want to be transparent with you. Everybody can't handle your struggle. Everybody can't handle the reality of what you're dealing with. I hear Bishop Jake say, if I handed you the keys to the Potter's house, could you really handle it?
Come on now.
And that's where I am in this thing we call life.
Amen. Amen. Listen, everybody, we're not done yet, because this is absolutely fantastic information that we're sharing with you. I got to remind you now, if you want to be a part of the show, 850-432-7768. You can text or call if you've got questions for Dr. Rankins, if you've got questions for second Dr. Rankins. I'm speaking it into existence.
Speak it, because he will. He's got to. Absolutely.
He's got to. So you can call us and be a part. We'll be right back with more of Sunshine's Corner on Blab TV. Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your men wear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I wanted to tell you more about our powertrain warranty forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the powertrain warranty forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with a powertrain warranty forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Hi, my name is Brett McCabe. This is my wife Tanya, and we're the owners of Pensacola AC and Auto Service Center.
From the moment you walk in the door, we are here to take care of you. Honesty and excellence are the standard of our team. Our goal is to give you peace of mind from oil changes to AC repair. All of our repairs come with a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. We have a clean, welcoming waiting room with free Wi-Fi. When you leave here, you will have peace of mind. Come visit us and experience auto repair from people who care.
And welcome back once more to Sunshine's Corner. And I'll tell you, this conversation has been absolutely so helpful.
Yes.
I mean, so helpful. And I want to say to you, Dr. Rankins, because I've watched you grow, I've watched you start these things, and what I want people to realize is it's okay. And we were talking off camera about the fact of how you sit and you listen in the circles. And let me encourage people. If you know someone that needs help, reach out. Reach out. Now we're going to change that phone number.
Right.
And that what you want them to call what number?
850-384-3920.
Okay, one more time.
850-384-3920.
Okay, but you got ways to get in touch, and I'm going to keep that going so you can make sure that you reach out to Dr. Rankins to get the help that you need.
And that is the correct email address.
That is the correct. I tell you, because he said, let me tell you what he said to me. He said, I haven't got this address yet. I said, it's coming. No doubt.
Absolutely.
I mean, but we got it like that, because some people would have said anything, and I would have forgotten and said,
Absolutely.
I would have said, I didn't do it this morning. However, with ACTS, and I see how you have people in the circle.
Yes.
I've seen those on Facebook, as you said. I follow you.
Right.
And when there are different levels of different people, because you're saying you got this person talking about this, that person talking about that, is it difficult to get them to open up to each other?
I think initially it is, because you got to build up trust and rapport.
Right.
But for the main part, when you have a circle of people who all have the same similar situations of struggles, addiction, or coming in and out of incarceration, that is a camaraderie that they share. And so opening up is easier.
Okay.
I think it was difficult when other people would come from the outside in to facilitate those.
Okay.
So we stopped allowing other people from the outside to facilitate those meetings, and we facilitate with one another.
Right.
There's that even exchange, and because of that, they're more open to share what's going on.
You build the trust instead of that person coming in. Here's another outsider coming in to talk to me.
Because one of the main challenges that felt was my family members just don't trust me. They just don't understand Dr. Rankins. They just don't. And what we say is this: you lost that trust. If your family has been with you in and out of jail, in and out of your addiction, you've got to build that trust. So the burden is not on that family.
That's right.
The burden is on you. Show them better than you can tell them.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, they've heard before, I'm going to change mama. I'm going to change daddy. I'm going to do better this time. They've heard those things before.
Right.
So don't address it from that perspective. But go on and enroll in that GED class.
Okay.
Go on and get the counseling for addiction.
Oh, you get
Go on
them
and get
GED?
that job. No, we don't. We're in partnership.
You take them too.
Yeah. We're in partnership with agencies that do that. But that's what we tell them. Go on and do it. And show your parents or show your family members or show your husbands or show your wives that I'm not just talking that talk. I'm actually doing something about it.
Absolutely.
And then your family will eventually come around.
Absolutely.
They'll feel like, you know what? I see this is different this time. She's just not saying it, but she's actually doing it. She's making some implemental changes.
And I noticed right then when you said that, because you named off from young up.
Absolutely.
No matter, because it affects everybody.
It really does. If you've been gone to prison for 30 years, if you left at 18 and when you come home and you're 48 years old, you have grandkids now. The whole dynamic has changed. If you left at 25 years old and now you're 50 or 60, you're coming into so everything has changed.
Do you have to teach them, not cutting across, did you have to teach them how to get back into society?
Oh, absolutely. That's our number one component. Society is different. The challenge is, I'll say it like this. If you left in 78
I hear you.
And you come back in 2018.
Oh, Lord.
Cell phones. Twitter, Facebook.
What is this?
Social media. What is that? Those are real issues that formerly incarcerated men and women face every day.
Oh my goodness.
And so the pressure of trying, if you've been institutionalized, you know prison life, okay? You know when to get up, when to go to bed, when to go to rec, when to go eat. You're taught that, you're trained that. But when you get back and you got all this freedom and all this liberty, and you don't have a purpose.
I got you.
It opens the door up for so many other things for you to do. And so that's why it's very important when you come out that we deal with reigniting your purpose, finding your purpose. What is your purpose? What do you want to do? and addressing. We have workshops that consist of technology, making them abreast of current technology, appearance, interview skills, how to dress, what not to wear to an interview, what to wear, how to address someone, how to greet someone. All those things are that we take for granted.
Right.
But for those that have been incarcerated and really coming out wanting to make a difference, we have to address those things.
Do you ever find that you see that sometimes people say if they don't get that direction, it's repeat offenders?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We see recidivism.
He's saying, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he does. He's been with me so long.
Oh, he knows you.
But the recidivism rate is very, very high. And that's why organizations like the REAP program, like ACTS, organizations that deal with reentry are so paramount and strategic and integral to the success of men and women coming out of incarceration. If you can get them when they first come out, there's that passion. But if you don't get them when they first come out and they allow society to weigh back on them, it can be very, very difficult.
Let me tell you, I got another question. There's a young lady that I know of. She had been incarcerated. She was doing drugs.
Okay.
But she didn't get any help. Okay. And the moment she was released,
she went back.
She went back doing the same thing. Now she's right back there again.
Yes, absolutely. You have to get that time element immediately. And if you don't, it's very, very difficult. And I want to say this to the men and women coming out of incarceration. The majority really mean well.
Absolutely.
You don't come out of incarceration with the intent on just committing crimes. And that's a misconception that people have about the former incarcerated. They just don't want to do any better. They just want to stay there, or they just want to remain on drugs. That's not true. But understanding the things that they have to face, the barriers that they face, and the hurdles that they face.
Right.
If you're on probation, you got probationary fees that you got to pay.
Oh, if the person that's been out?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But they don't have a job.
They don't have a job. If you are placed on a monitor, those are fees that you've got to pay.
When you say monitor?
If you're on house arrest or
is that the thing that Medea had on her leg putting the ball on? Trying to get I had to make them laugh.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
She's trying to get it off with the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to pay for those. Those are fees, and you have to pay. So getting an employment is vital to your freedom. If you've been sentenced by the judge to pay for drug classes or for counseling classes, you have to pay that. If you don't pay those things, you get violated.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so once you get violated, you go back.
Do you find that sometimes when a person has been incarcerated, some of these young people that you see, and there are people that don't want to give them a chance?
Right.
Do you run? I mean, I'm saying, like, if a person has a business, they're looking for somebody that they can hire.
Absolutely.
But just because you sit and talk, say, oh, I was incarcerated, but I really need a job. So they don't want to give that person a chance.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, discrimination is very real. But I also understand because certain employers, they run the risk when you hire a felon or you hire someone that's been formerly incarcerated, they have liabilities. And so if that person,
you mean the business?
The business, yes. The companies have a liability. They take a chance, when you hire somebody. So we say to our clients, which is going to bring me to my next point, but we say to our clients, don't be offended when you are rejected. Don't be offended. It's harsh, but keep it moving.
Right.
If you go and that company says, no, I'm sorry, we don't hire, keep it moving. But I want to say this part, entrepreneurship.
Come on.
If you get 10 doors closed in your face.
That's right.
Tap into your creativity.
That's right.
To find out, what are you good at?
There you go.
It's amazing, people who sell drugs. Number one, they got skills to listen. They got skills to watch. They're watching for the police on one hand, and they're counting the money on another. Hone those skills for something positive.
Exactly, because when you say about the drug man, look, I would be afraid of that big time, but they got it down to
a science. So use those instead of using it for illegal activity. Use it for something positive.
Exactly.
And that's what entrepreneurship is the way to go. A lot of young men and women came out of incarceration, couldn't find a job. Now they're successful business people. You know how to cut grass. That's a landscaping. You know how to cook. That's your restaurant.
There you go.
You know how to create. Tap into your creativity. creativity because everybody won't hire you. That's the reality.
That's a fact.
That's
and
a fact.
I mean, and then even with some places when they've been there for a certain time, I see that they learn new skills anyway. Because I can tell you, there was a person who used to work with me before I relocated here to Florida, but he got incarcerated.
Okay.
But however, I did not know he had the skills, and I still have the gifts that he mailed me today.
Absolutely.
Because we used to work in the same building.
Absolutely.
But I mean, even with the art, even with the belts that he made,
yes, and
put my name in
those
it.
things make money.
Exactly. That's
They
what
make
I'm
money.
saying. There's
Yeah.
talent
So
there.
sometimes you have to, tap into your own individual creativity to say, you know what, I cannot get employed. I've tried everything because of my charges, and there's some charges, that companies just will not hire you on.
Okay.
But or be very, very difficult.
Right.
We always tell people, if you were arrested for theft, or stealing, don't go and apply at a bank. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. That's just not.
That's real.
That's just if you know.
Look at all this money.
And don't put yourself in a position to be tempted.
Right.
Or don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be accused or viewed. Because you got to get over that stigma.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I always say, what prison does is it teaches you how to hustle. It teaches you how to live off the land.
Exactly.
Do what you have to do legally. Legally.
There you go.
To create the opportunities that you need.
Absolutely. Now, do you see what a role model you have?
Yes, ma'am.
He said, yes, ma'am. I mean, what does that just do on the inside of you when you can sit here and you watch your father do all of this? Now he's Dr. Rankins. Nothing will stop him. Even with Dr. Wilborn, when she said, well, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
Doesn't that motivate you to keep doing what you're doing because you're already there halfway? I mean, over halfway, as a matter of fact. You've got part of your college degree already.
Yes, well, as my dad said, I do come from a family that emphasizes education. You know, my dad, he's a doctor.
Right.
My mom is actually working on her second master's degree, so she already has one. And even my extended family, my aunts, they have masters.
Right.
Very big in education. So I come from a very educated family, so that definitely motivates me.
Absolutely.
To stay on track.
And you said it well, love. You said it well.
You did.
And you see, I got to turn this back around. You see, Dr. Rankins, you put the road there.
Yes.
You left that road map. And I mean, I say that to all parents. Our kids mimic us.
They do.
We're putting that, we're branding something like pop sometimes, but that's my baby.
Absolutely.
But I set a road for him to go by. And I mean, I haven't got my doctoral yet.
Absolutely. Still time.
That's right. Yet. But listen, I'll tell you more about that. Got a few more questions for you. We'll be right back right here on Sunshine's Corner.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Do you want to create but don't know where to start? Our new fabric line will inspire you. If you can dream it, we can help you make it. From using kits that include everything you would need, to taking classes to create something more personalized, Daryl's is the place for you. No matter if you're just beginning or experienced, Daryl's has you covered. Find us at 6705 North Davis Highway, open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays.
The Reesburg Institute, Pensacola's Ear, Nose, Throat, and Voice Center. We welcome you to visit us at our convenient Davis Highway location in Pensacola. At the Reesburg Institute, we offer the most advanced treatment available in a calm, stress-free environment. Since 2014, we've performed over 1,000 cases in office of balloon sinus surgery, as well as septoplasty and nasal procedures using oral sedation. The in-office procedures result in a faster healing time. Visit us and feel the difference.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back. I tell you, when you've got conversations going like this, it can go on and on and on and on forever and ever and a day. And I know it's important to the community because of the things that we all deal with, because we're living in the same world together, dealing with some of the same things. But it's all in how we address and deal with them.
Absolutely.
You know? And I believe that with the foundation, now I'm a strong faith person. I know that the faith that I have has gotten me across a whole lot, because without him I can't do anything. And with what you've done, Dr. Rankins, I cannot say enough, because there are so many people, especially now, in this day and time, and I'm bringing this up a lot because this is Mental Health Month, and the fact that how the younger people getting all into these drugs, my God, and this stuff out there is no joke.
No, not at all.
It is no joke at all, but there's help.
Yes.
There's help, but if you don't know where to go find the help, then you're going to go to the easy way out to do something else. And that's why I'm so pleased with you. No matter what the enemy threw your way, ACTS was there to stay.
Thank the Lord.
Thank God it's there to stay, and still here today.
Absolutely.
And I mean, how can people get in touch with you? How can they find out more about this program so they can help some of their loved ones?
Absolutely. They can first email ACTS for Life. I live on my email. So
that's right. Don't we all?
Yeah, ACTS for Life. That's ACTS FORLIFE @gmail.com, and just send information. Put your name, information in the box, and explain to us what your needs are.
Right.
And then we'll usually respond within a day or so.
See, that's good.
Also, my phone number 850-384-3920. What we do is we'll set up an initial consultation with you, find out what your needs are, and go from there.
Absolutely. And you see, that's what I wanted to get that out again, because there's so many people right today maybe looking for that help and did not know.
Absolutely.
That ACTS was here and been here for a while.
Absolutely.
Because of the fact they never thought they'd have to go that route.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and even with the fact that with those meals, because I be seeing you, honey.
Oh Lord, I'm telling you. And you know, that started just off the cuff. We said we're gonna do a dinner sale one day. And when they tasted my mom's sweet potato pie, they went crazy, literally. She's known as a sweet potato pie lady in the city.
I bet she knew how to cook an egg custard.
Oh Lord, that's my favorite. Yeah, she loves them. Yeah.
Do you know what an egg custard is? Oh my Lord.
I love it. Yeah. but the dinner sales for us have become just a place of time for us to come together. I see people I haven't seen in years.
Absolutely.
They come to the dinner sale.
And you check this out. You know that now with our community, that the church is our gathering place anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
That's our gathering place. That's how we
really
come. That's our spot.
Yeah,
that's why we feel safe. That's why we feel that we can come and just let our guard down, even if it's there when to get a piece of mama's sweet potato pie.
You better believe it, and it's wonderful. I want to pivot to something that you dealt with when it comes to mental health, which is so important during this month, and the clients that we serve as well. One of the things that we like to address are the underlying root causes of why people use. And there are various reasons.
Really?
You know, there are various reasons why people are on drugs. And I don't pass judgment on anybody.
Nobody.
I think it's paramount for us to understand that it's an addiction. It's a disease.
Exactly.
And to address that and to understand that keeps a judgment free zone.
So let me ask you this, because I constantly keep a prayer covering over my son.
Yes.
Because where he is now,
absolutely.
I mean, you know, I want God to cover him, you know, to keep him covered. Don't let him get into that, because it's so easy. You know what I mean? And the things that it's so addictive.
Right.
And that little good feeling that you get, you never get that first one again anyway.
No.
But do you find that it's motivated through lack of?
I can't say that because I've never been on drugs, but I will say this: like any addiction, whatever the cause is, there's symptoms of that cause that stems from anything. It could be from abuse to insecurity, to feelings of inadequacy. To just trying something and then get hooked on the feeling. It's just an array of why people use. But I think fundamentally it's getting past the fact that they're using, but to understand the root causes and to address that and to bring healing.
Really?
And deliverance and getting them set free. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. And I appreciate that because we're going to continue to talk about mental health throughout this month, so that I think the more knowledge that we can display and have people to know how they can help their loved ones, even maybe you could be dealing with something.
Absolutely.
And don't be embarrassed of the fact that you need help when help is there for you.
That's right.
Just you got to reach out and know that there's programs like yours.
It is, and I'm grateful for my experiences because it gave me the needed compassion.
Come on now.
Had I not gone through my issues,
exactly,
I would not have the compassion. People always ask me, Dr. Rankins, what were you going to do before all this went down with you? I was going to be a celebrity, a star in California, sitting on the beach, drinking a pina colada.
Come on now.
But God says, no, I got another plan for you. I want you to go through the desert way, through your dry season. But when you come out, you'll be a blessing to so many other people.
Absolutely.
And now I have the compassion that's needed to help people that are struggling.
And that is absolutely amazing. Wow. Oh, I can't believe the time has gone by so fast.
I can't believe it either.
I've
enjoyed this.
Oh gosh, this is absolute great conversation. And I want to thank you, young man, Mr. Attorney, for doing what you're doing, to being focused as you are, and continuing your education to do all and be all that you can be. And I know that the young people and the parents that are watching today, they're going to watch this show again tonight and have the children in front of the TV at 6 o'clock. And I want to say thank you, Dr. Rankins, for what you have done. And now I can call you Dr. Rankins. You did not let it go.
Thank you so much for having us.
No doubt. And I'm not done yet. I'll be coming back to you more. But listen up, everybody. I want to remind you now, don't forget about the great big Mother's Day show that's coming up this weekend. It's Mother's Day. Let's do something that's going to be unforgettable. Meet me at Pensacola High School Auditorium on Saturday afternoon. We are going to have the presence of Tim Rogers and the fellas, Zacardi Cortez, Keela Richardson, Paul Porter and the Christianaires. We've got the Gospel Harmonizers and the Visionaires. Now that's a show within itself. That's a great show. Get your tickets now at the barbershop right there in Town and Country Plaza. You can go online to Eventbrite and get yours there as well. But I gotta leave you as I do every day, my friends. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first in whatever you do, I guarantee you this, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow at 9 o'clock for another day of nothing but sunshine and information, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Do this favor. Keep shining for me while I'm gone. Bye for now.